this computer. Well, students, good evening to all of you. So, guys, today we are going to discuss the first topic of MEd Sem 1, Paper 1, Idealism. Today we will discuss the idealism. In our previous lecture, okay, I took your orientation class, okay, where I have told you about your 4 papers and 1 practicals, okay, and one small topic I have discussed about philosophy and education, relationship of philosophy and education, what is philosophy of education and scope of philosophy of education. So this is our second lecture. We are discussing about idealism. Okay, first you can see your syllabus. This is your syllabus, right? Philosophy of education. So philosophy of education, concept, nature and scope, we are done. Okay, now I'm discussing just see the section B. I'm going to mark it. We are discussing this one, idealism. Just see the section B. Section B. Okay. Idealism we are discussing. Okay. So this is your syllabus. Clear all drawing? Yes. So I'm going to close it and I'm going to start. Okay. Basically, we have the 5 isms in our syllabus. Okay. Idealism, pragmatism, naturalism, existentialism and Marxism. ये orally आपको याद होना चाहिए. You have to learn it, guys. Okay. Because my style is that. Okay. I have to ask the questions from you. Okay. No doubt it is a, first class, but from the next classes, it is a second class. From the next classes, I will ask whatever we have done in the previous class. Okay. So when I say that you should know it, so please you have to note on your copy. Okay. Because the sir will listen from you. Right. So philosophy of education, we have the 5 philosophy of education. You should learn orally. It is in our first paper. You have to learn, for syllabus also. What are the contents of syllabus? I'm not saying you that you should be on the fingertip, okay? But you must have the knowledge. What are the contents of our paper 1, 2, 3, and 4? Got it? So in the paper 1, we have the 5 isms. These are called the Western School of Philosophy. And today we are discussing the first ism. The name of ism is idealism. Got it? Now, guys, you have to understand basically how we have to proceed. Matlab, what we have learned under the idealism, under the pragmatism, naturalism, Marxism, existentialism, as well as Indian school of a philosophy. Okay. If you see, the topic of idealism is a very vast, but according to our syllabus, we have to learn. Okay. So what we have to learn under each ism, this thing is most important, which I'm going to discuss with you. Please note it. Okay. Again and again, I'm telling you, when I take the class, you should have copy and pen. Okay. Even, this video will be recorded and I will share the video with you. Okay. You can pause it and you can note it. Okay. So this is the important step which I'm going to tell you how we have to go, how we have to proceed. Under the idealism, in fact, every ism, we have to learn the 3 things. Okay. Keep in your mind. We have to learn the 3 things. Number 1 is meaning and little bit history of that ism. ये देखो लिखा हुआ है 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. I'm going to circle it. 1. I'm going to round it. 1, 2 and 3. बस ठीक है. ये only 3 things we have to do in any of ism, because this is the first ism which I'm going to discuss with you. Okay. So that in very starting, in very much beginning, you should know that how we have to go, because a lot of isms na. Okay. And even the theory of paper 2 and paper 3. Okay. So you must know that first 3 things we have to do. First, we have to do meaning and little bit history of idealism. Done it? Done. Second, we have to learn under the idealism major facts. Major facts of idealism. Third, we have learned educational implications. Got it? Up under the major fact, you have to keep in your mind, under the major fact, again, we have to learn the three things: metaphysics, epistemology, and axiology. Look at me. Listen carefully. Right? And number third, educational implications. Under the educational implications, again, we have to learn the three things: aims of education, curriculum, and method of teaching. Okay. So basically, when we do that, number one, when we learn meaning and history of idealism, then second, we learn major facts or belief or supported persons of idealism, right? Under the major fact, we have to learn metaphysics, epistemology, or axiology. I have already cleared to you. These three are the branches of philosophy. Okay. And number third, we have to learn educational implications. So under the educational implications, again, we have to learn the three things: aims of education, curriculum, and method of teaching. Okay. So this thing we have to learn of each ism. Okay. One more thing. This is the most important. Okay. So first I clear all things. Okay. When I talk about, I'm going to discuss idealism. So first we will discuss meaning and history of idealism. It is understood to you कि sir will discuss, and you also have to learn and write in the paper meaning and history of idealism. When I talk about the major facts, so guys, here you have to learn the major facts of idealism. If you have to talk about metaphysics of idealism, so then you have to talk about, theory of reality according to the idealism, right? When you are talking about epistemology of idealism, then you have to talk about theory of knowledge according to idealism. If you are talking about the axiology, then theory of values according to idealism. Similarly, under the educational implication of idealism, when you have to talk about aims of education, you have to tell aims of education according to idealism is this. Curriculum. Curriculum according to idealism is this. Method of teaching according to idealism is this. And please remember, when you talk about pragmatism, so pragmatism according to aim of education should be different from idealism, right? If the questions comes aims of education according to pragmatism, you do not have right aims of education according to idealism. Okay, so these all things would be different from the other isms. Okay, under the idealism, we have to talk about aims of education according to idealism. If we are discussing pragmatism topic, then we have to talk about aims of education according to pragmatism. If we are discussing the naturalism, then we have to explain aims of education, curriculum, or method of teaching according to naturalism. Okay, so these things we have to do separately. I hope you have understood how we have to proceed. Okay, so now our journey becomes very smooth. Okay, Matlab, instead of that, you do not have to learn anything. But these three things you have to learn, right? Okay, guys. I'm going to start the idealism. Okay, first we will discuss meaning and history of idealism, right? So guys, just see on your slide, on your screen, Plato, the image. He is the Plato. Plato, he developed the idealism. He is called the father of idealism. He was a student of a Socrates, right? He was known as the father of idealism, operated a school named the Academy. So idealism, what the idealism says, what is the meaning of a idealism? Idealism basically, it talks about, idealism consists of theories, ideas, mind, selves, rather than action, rather than of material objects and forces. Right? Idealism क्या है? What is idealism? Idealism talks about ideas. ये देखिए, look at me. Idea जो हमारे mind में है. Idea, thoughts, mind. Idealism talk about this. right? He doesn't talk about the material objects. He talks about the ideas, thoughts, spirit, God. Okay. So according to the Plato, who was the founder of the idealism, he has said that, he has given very famous quotation. He has said that ultimate reality lies in the ideas. Ultimate reality lies in the ideas. The reality basically, okay, whatever we are looking with our open eyes, okay, ponds, rivers, stars, objects, the whole world, this whole world basically lies in the idea, and idea lies in the mind. Ideas are the real things. Things are not real. Ideas are real. Okay. Up now, see in the last, who supported the idealism also, you must know the name of these, okay? Not all, but some of the name you should know that. Okay. Socrates, Plato, Rene Descartes, George Berkeley, Kant, Fitch, Hegel, Arbindo Ghosh, and Swami Vivekanand. Okay, three or four names you must know according to idealism. Okay, so according to the Plato, again the Plato has said basically there are two types of ideas. Okay, one is called universal ideas and one is called ideas of everyday experience. Universal ideas are more real than ideas of everyday experience. Universal ideas are eternal, unchanging, universal. And ideas of everyday experience are physical world. Okay, naturally, physical world जो है, this is the ideas of everyday experience, and the ultimate idea is the, ultimate reality lies in the idea which the Plato talks about, which is a eternal, unchanging, and universal. That idea is called the universal idea. Got it? मतलब प्लाटो अबाउट टू टाइप्स ऑफ आइडियाज. ओके, प्लेटो के बाद हम वी टॉक अबाउट द रेने देकार्ते. ये जरूर याद कर लेना, बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है गाइस. इट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, रेने देकार्ते हैज सेड दैट माइंड एंड स्पिरिट कांट बी सेपरेटेड. द हायर द माइंड द हायर द स्पिरिट. ये भी जो था रेने देकार्ते वाज आल्सो द आइडियलिस्ट. Okay, he has said that he supported the idealist and he has said that I think, therefore I am. The higher the mind, the higher the spirit. Okay, mind and spirit can't be separated. Emmanuel Kant, big name, right? Third big name of idealism, Kant. Kant has talked about the two world, nominal world and phenomenal world. Nominal world basically talks about thing in itself. Nominal and phenomenal world talks about physical world. Okay, again the Kant has said nominal world is the real world. Second, phenomenal world has come out from the nominal world. Got it? Little bit I'm just telling you the history. Okay. Now we talk about fundamental principles of idealism. History humne little bit we are done it. Okay. So I have made a notes also, guys. Okay. You do not have to go here and there. I have made the notes also. The same notes. I have made the PPT from these all notes. You just have to watch my lecture and learn the notes. I'm sure that within a 1 hour, the particular isms, everything will be clear to you. Okay, I will share the notes of all the 4 papers with you. Don't worry, right? Here in the class, we have to understand basically, right? Actually, guys, I'm not here, to finish your syllabus. Okay, I can finish your syllabus within a 3 days. I can take your 5 and 6 hour class every day, and within a 3 or 4 days, I can finish your 4 papers. Okay, my purpose is that actually you should understand it because it is a training basically. Okay, you should know it, right? If you are learning from my side, right? Basically, your mind should be the philosophical mind. My aim is that. My aim is that to make you better teacher. My aim is that to make you effective teacher, right? Not just mug up the things and go into the exams and write the exam and getting the marks. It is not my aim because B.Ed or M.Ed में कोई fail ही नहीं होता. Every person gets the very good marks in B.Ed or M.Ed. Okay, so you do not have to concern about your marks. Okay, you get a very good marks, you will pass with a very good marks. From my last 20 years career, I didn't see any of the persons who got fail or even the reappear. Getting कोई एक दो पर्सन आ गया तो आ गया, वो अलग बात है ना. If he didn't write even a fill the even a single page, right? So basically here in the class, when you have to attend the class, so you also have to make the mind, you have to get the knowledge. Okay guys, and trust me, you will get. Now, the fundamental principle of idealism is that idealism believes in two forms of world, spiritual world and material world. Right? अब ये देखो, it becomes very easy ना, because we know the history. History में we know that Kant has said that there are two words, nominal world and phenomenal world. Nominal words is real than the phenomenal word. Right? Plato has given the two ideas, universal ideas and ideas of everyday experience. Universal ideas are more real than ideas of everyday experience. Now, when we talk about the fundamental principle of idealism, it believes that there are two types of a word, spiritual world and material world. So thing is already cleared because they are said by the Immanuel Kant and the Plato itself. Next, second, idealists give importance to the spiritual world. Got it? Naturally, because what is idealism? Idealism talks about the ideas, thoughts, and idealism says that ultimate reality lies in ideas. Okay, so that's why they give more importance to the spiritual world. Okay, because they say that things are not real. Next, third is idealists believe that spiritual world is real and the ultimate truth, whereas the material world is a transitory and mortal. Got it? Next, to them, ideas are the ultimate reality. They are the eternal and unchanging. To them, God is the supreme force, which is omnipresent and omnipotent. Okay, this is a fundamental principles of idealism. Right? तो फर्स्ट हमारा हो गया, थ्री थिंग्स हमें करनी है ना इन ईच इजम्स. फर्स्ट इज मीनिंग एंड हिस्ट्री, है ना, वी आर डन. देन सेकंड वी हैव टू टॉक अबाउट मेजर फैक्ट्स, राइट, मेजर फैक्ट्स. एंड थर्ड वी हैव टू टॉक अबाउट एजुकेशनल इंप्लीकेशंस, राइट. तो मेजर फैक्ट में वी विल डिस्कस द थ्री थिंग्स, मेटाफिजिक्स, एपिस्टियोमोलॉजी एंड एक्सियोलॉजी. Metaphysics according to idealism, epistemology according to idealism, axiology according to idealism. Right? So now we first discuss metaphysics of idealism. मतलब metaphysics of idealism what says. Questions भी आता होता है शॉर्ट में sometime, लॉन्ग में तो पूरा आएगा. राइट, तो फुल क्वेश्चंस आएगा लॉन्ग में, शॉर्ट में ही ऐसे आएंगे. राइट दी metaphysics of pragmatism, metaphysics of idealism, metaphysics of Marxism. Right? So according to the metaphysics of idealism, reality, because metaphysics क्या था, we have done under the topic ना, three things, three areas, branches of the idealism, metaphysics and metaphysical questions we have done it, talks about the reality. तो ये देखो यहाँ आ गया reality. So metaphysics of idealism talk about reality is the mentalist concept, because idealists believe that everything lies in the idea. So mind is real. God, they believe the God. They believe in God. Transcendentalism. Reality transcends the object. Transcends the object. ये जो physical object है ना, reality is beyond the physical object. Transcends, है ना, transcends the object. All reality lies in the transcendental mind. वो ट्रांसेंडल माइंड हमारे अंदर है, हमारे माइंड में है, हमारे ये अंदर है, हमारे बॉडी के अंदर है माइंड. ओके, यस, वी कैन सी इट. आइडियलिस्ट से दैट, हाँ, वी कैन एक्सपीरियंस दैट माइंड with the help of meditation, intuition. Okay, we will do further. Self. Okay, what is the concept of a self according to idealism? Self is akin of mind. René Descartes has said that mind and self can't be separated. Mind and self can't be separated. Mind and self go together. The higher the mind, the higher the spirit. And ultimately, René Descartes has said that I think, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am. गाइस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट। आई थिंक मतलब वट एवर इज यूर थिंकिंग पैटर्न, आपका ख्याल, आपका माइंड, राइट, दिस इज, दैट इज वाई ना ऑलवेज कॉल्ड कि अपने ख्याल को साफ रखो। ठीक है, टीचर शुड बी प्योर फ्रॉम हार्ट, राइट। If the teacher is a problem oriented, how the teacher can improve the society, how the teacher can teach? Are teaching is a profession, guys. It is a teaching is a mission, guys. It is not a profession, right? The teacher mind should be pure. I think therefore I am. तो जो thought है उसको आपने, you have to give the good ideas. ये बॉडी आपकी फिजिकल बॉडी है और एक इंटरनल बॉडी है। फिजिकल बॉडी यू डू लॉट ऑफ थिंग, you get up 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and you take the wash, and you beautify yourself of the outer body, but what are you doing for your inner body? Okay, matlab if you are doing the pray, it is not mean that you are ended that. Okay, but how can you stop the ideas? How you can stop the thoughts which is coming in your mind? How you can stop? By making your mind, okay, so powerful so that if any negative thought comes, he can slip that. I think therefore I am. So then, guys, if you are if you are searching your phone, right? So you have to consume a good content. You do not have to see the contents like two persons are fighting with each other. Okay, you have to consume the good content. Why? Because you have to give good thought to your inner mind. I think therefore I am. Because whatever you think now you become. Whatever you think you become. Yes, this is the power. Absolute self, absolute mind has absolute self. फिर आपकी वो एब्सोल्यूट सेल्फ बन जाती है, फिर वट एवर यू थिंक इट हैपन्स। यस, नेक्स्ट वी टॉक अबाउट एपिस्टेमोलॉजी ऑफ आइडियलिज्म, फ्रॉम वेयर द नॉलेज हैज कम। Idealism says that we get the knowledge from our rational faculties and reasoning. One of the supporter of idealism, Hegel, gave the dialectical reasoning, right? इसने dialectical reasoning कहा था, dialogue. Okay, what does it means, guys? It means matlab we have to understand the educational implication also. From these isms, हमें अपनी we have to create a such kind of a environment in our class. There should be a dialogue culture between the students, between the student and the teacher. Okay, you have to give freedom to the class. Okay, and you have to put one of the topic in front of the class and say the student start brainstorming on it, right? Because when the students are doing thinking about that particular topic given by you, they are thinking, they are brainstorming, what do you know that what the good thing you are doing, guys? You are developing the reasoning power of the student. Okay, teacher is not a teacher if he comes in the class and say that, good morning student, today I am going to teach to this topic. Do you know that you are the person who has killed the reasoning power of the student, because you didn't create the environment and you start coming into the class and start directly to the teaching. Are first make them ready to learn. Okay, so देखो, from these theories, from these isms, we come to know that about how our education system should be. This is the reason these theories are in our syllabus. Hegel gave the dialectical reasoning. For idealist, all knowledge is independent of a sense experience. The act of a knowing takes place within the chamber of mind. तो ये क्या कहते हैं idealist? Idealist says that we get the knowledge from chamber of mind, we get the knowledge from inside. Every knowledge we get from inside. Okay, तो they don't believe on the sense experiences, वो 5 senses जो होते हैं, right? The mind is the active and as such the gateway of the knowledge. The highest mind is the knowledge of a spiritual reality, from jnana or knowledge of self. Yes, you reach on it. Okay. Next is the axiology. According to idealism, values are eternal and permanent. Do you know what does it mean? Means being teacher, there is no need to teach to the student, learn this value. Okay. You don't have to say to the student, Kid, tomorrow you have to learn this value. Tomorrow you should be punctual, guys. You have to punctual in your life. You have to finish your work on the time. You don't have to say to the student this kind of a word. What you have to do, you have to become punctual. Once you have to become punctual in the class, there is no need to say to the student, be punctual. They will become automatically punctual by copying to you, because values already, you have to discover the values. You do not have to create the values. Values are eternal and permanent. When the baby born, okay, baby comes with all the values. What is the role of teacher? To discover, to draw out that values according to idealism. Okay, here remember I'm mentioning that when I talk about the pragmatism, I will talk like pragmatist. When we will discuss the naturalism, I will talk according to the naturalist. Here I am talking about the idealist. Okay. Values are intrinsic, not extrinsic. Means values are eternal, not physical. Values are absolute, not relative. The goal of life is the realization of these values. This is, being teacher. Yes, aapka being teacher principle. This should be your goal, to realize the values, not put into the mind of the student. Have you thought that after in your school, where you are teaching, or if you are when the student clears 10th or plus 2, what the student is getting from your side? From your side. Have you thought that? You do not have to make a robot to the student, guys. There should be a, harmonious development of the student. Dekho, man is not inventor, according to idealism. Man is not inventor. Man is a discoverer of these values. His discovery is only possible through the awakening of spirit. Okay. So we are done with major facts. Okay. Third things, educational implications. Okay. Now we discuss the last subtopic, aims of education, curriculum, and method of teaching according to idealism. Okay. First we discuss aims of education. So aims of education should, according to the idealism, self-realization. It is the first aims of education. Okay. याद रखना आपको, सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन ऑलवेज आपने फर्स्ट पे लिखना है. यू हैव टू राइट ऑन द फर्स्ट सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन. इट मींस according to the idealism, you have to teach to your students so that there should be a self-realization. You have to teach to the student in a way there should be a spiritual development of the student. There should be a character formation. Yes, guys, if you have a very good character, okay, your student will copy to you. Okay, means malab you are not doing any negative activity and any backbiting and any things. Okay, malab you have the character, you have the kirdar. हिंदी में बोलेंगे उसको किरदार. टीचर का किरदार होना चाहिए, करेक्टर होना चाहिए टीचर का, याद रखो. राइट? तो स्टूडेंट will automatically will copy, even your sons and daughters also. Okay, preparation for holy life. According to idealism, you have to teach to the student in such a way there should be a preparation for holy life. Development of the eternal values. Okay, they have the values. Okay, how you have to lead out the values, draw out the values by applying on yourself. You have to become the ideal. You have to become the, in such a way you have to act so the student should learn from you. Cultural development. universalization of educations. क्या बात है, very good. According to idealism says that there is that type of education, it should be, the same education is for the person or child, whether he comes from India, England, America, Japan, Canada, right? There should be a universalization of education. Next आ गया curriculum. Curriculum means content, syllabus. What type of a syllabus should be according to the idealism? So idealisms basically they give first priority to the arts subject, then the physical science. Okay, idealists believe that there should be a physical science, but they give first priority to the arts subject, because when you teach the arts subject to the student like history, fine art, poetry, ethics, religion, from these subject na, so mind becomes very pure, right? So they believe that science basically na makes the person something Robert, right? Something like from the from the away from the inner self. Okay, but they are not discarding the science subject. They say that first art subject should be taught to the students, then later on the physical sciences subjects. Okay, prime important subjects like history, fine art, poetry, hai na, I have discussed. They emphasis on subject like religion, ethics, philosophy, history, literature should be included in the curriculum. Later on physical sciences, है ना, वो देखो last लिखा हुआ है, right? Later on physical sciences. Last आ गया method of teaching. How the teacher should teach to the students according to the idealism. So idealism says that, idealism supports that method like lecture method, questioning, discussions are considered very important. You should talk to the student with the Platonic method. Platone, which was given by the Plato. What was the Platonic method? Inductive and deductive methods are also advocated. Right? Socrates दिया था dialogue form. Learning through memorization भी चलिए ठीक है, because small children they learn from memorization. हाँ, Rene Descartes employed the method from simple to complex. Whenever you have to teach to your class, first teach the simple concept, then lead to the complex subject. Got it? Then logical method of Hegel has also been suggested. Logical method से भी आपको you have to teach to your students. Right, guys? अब ये देखो guys, important questions इसमें से क्या क्या निकल के आते हैं. Describe idealism as a philosophy of education. Right? Throw the light on the aims of education, curriculum and method of teaching according to idealism. Right? So ये आ गया aims of education. You have to talk about, these aims of educations, which we just discussed. Define idealism with respect to metaphysics, epistemology and axiology. Hana, you have understood. You have to explain metaphysics according to idealism, epistemology according to idealism. What are the educational implication of idealism? Okay, short में आगे हैं. Defines aim of education as suggested by idealism. Define fundamental principles of idealism. है ना? We are done with the fundamental principle. Epistemology of idealism. We are done. Method of teaching according to idealism. So thank you so much, guys, for this lecture. So today we are done with idealism lecture. The same, we will proceed with other isms also. Once again, thank you so much.